Alrighty. So we're getting ready for that. So I'm going to get ready for Instagram. Let's see. And I hope you guys are doing well. I don't see anyone here yet, but I'm just going to get started. Add title. And how do I do that? Post it. And okay, I'm posting it. Oops. There we go. Okay. Now, all righty, it is noon. So I am going to wait a few seconds, a few moments. I am now live on YouTube and uh, Instagram. All right, I'm just trying to see if is that how I want to, let's see. Well, that's too low. All right. All right. So I am here now, and I guess we can get started now because I'm here. And I am Nisha, and I am your favorite esthetician. If you're joining this in the replay, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate this. I haven't gone live, I haven't done a tutorial on live stream in such a long time. Okay, so I've been an esthetician for 10 years. I've had my location in Lake Elsinore, California for 8 years. And one thing that I do tell my clients, because today's episode, I'll be taking my glasses off and on, but today, let me put them back on. But one thing that I do share with my clients always is to make sure that they take care of their skin, not necessarily with products that they buy over the counter, but what they buy and what they put into their system themselves. So we're going to talk about that. What I do, I like to have fun. So hopefully, if you've been watching my post, and you can see, I like to make this fun. I like to make this engaging. I like to make it so you can, just intake what I'm sharing with you guys. And for me, it's important because how we look is important. So one thing that I do share with my clients is to make sure that they get something to drink after our facial. Hydration is very important, and not to overstimulate your skin. So let's talk about that. Not to overstimulate your skin. So this is what I tell my clients when all the time for years that I've been doing it. This is just something that I've stuck to in class, all throughout class, throughout not class, but yeah, through class and through my practice. Okay, so we're still waiting on more people to come in, but that's okay. And if you have any questions later on, just be sure to shoot them to me. So one question I wanted to say that I do get is, what can I do for dry patches? What can I do for dry patches that don't go away? So most people assume that they can use more scrubs, more heavier things. That's not the case. So, like I said before, hydration is your key. Hydration is very important. Okay, no over stimulating means no exfoliating. So there's no need to over exfoliate your skin. And a humectant, like a hyaluronic acid or moisturizer, and also to stay consistent. So that's what we're going to be talking about, is just to stay consistent. So the first thing we're going to talk about is over exfoliation and the damage that it does. Okay, so more scrubs and acids won't fix it at all. So I have my notes here. Let's go over that. Okay. So my first point, like I said, is no over exfoliation and the damage that it does. Okay, more scrubs and acids won't fix your skin faster, but it can actually slow your progress. More scrubs and okay, I just said that. Okay, when you overdo it, you strip your protective layer, your protective barrier. You do that. You strip your protective barrier, leaving your skin irritated and sensitive. And like I said in my public service announcements before, I've had clients who've just over exfoliated home. They get extra microdermabrasions, just too much, just too much done on their skin, and it leaves it just more sensitive. And that's not good for your skin. That's not good at all. Okay, so somebody waved here, so I'm gonna wave back. Okay, so thank you so much. So, over exfoliation is not good. Okay, we know we want to take off the because our skin turns over. It takes a longer time for our skin to turn over. So you know you want to exfoliate the skin to make your skin look younger. But too much of something is not good. So when you overdo it, like I said, you strip your protective barrier, leaving your skin irritated, sensitive, and prone to breakouts, which you don't want. Okay, you don't want that. So then the healing process of whatever you're going through, it takes longer, and the glow turns into damage. So you want to use gentle consistency on your skin, and it works better than the aggressive shortcuts that you think that you're doing. Okay. Gentle consistency includes drinking your water. So I'm going to stress that. And I stress that to my clients. Drinking water is very important. Okay. Use the right level of exfoliation, not too much and just not little. Because I had another client, just the skin is showing. So when I'm just doing light, rubbing, cleansing the skin, sponges, that type of thing to remove the cleanser or exfoliation, my light exfoliation, there is just the sensitive skin. So you have to be careful when you're at home. Just use a light methods, consistency, but also light. Okay, and you're not chasing every trend, and you're not overloading your skin with harsh actives. Okay. And number two is point number two, I'm sorry, is water and consistency. Like I said before, you want to use your water and consistency. That matters the most, even though people don't want to admit it. So I stress to my clients, I don't promote that they have to use like a certain product. They're like, oh, have you heard of this product? Have you heard of that product? Have you heard of this? I have or have not. Some I've heard of and some I have not heard of. That's beside the point. You have to use the products that work for your skin. Do you have oily skin? Do you have acneic skin? Do you have dry skin? You have combination skin. Okay, and what's your lifestyle like? I tell my clients you have to perspire. You have to drink your water, use a light exfoliation, and you have to moisturize and then protect yourself from the sun. So some of my clients, like I've said before, some of them do not wear SPF. So I say, okay, then limit your time in the sun, and then protect your skin. So my people are from the South, so they wear like the big floppy hats. They wear longer sleeves to take care of their skin and to protect their skin. So keep that in mind when you're out in the sun. So we're about looking, staying beautiful, not having so many problems, and then knowing how to protect those problems. Okay. So number two is okay. So if your skin is dry or flaky, you don't have to reach for another mask. You need hydration. Hydration is key. That's gold. Okay, hydration, hydration. So when I have my clients and they come to see me and they say, "Oh, Nisha, what do I do? What do I do?" So like I don't recommend like the products. I say, "What are you feeding yourself? What are you ingesting? Okay, what are you eating? What are you drinking? Because alcohol matters, smoking matters, working out matters, perspiring." And then I say, after my facial, I've been saying this for 8 years. After my facials, be sure to drink your water. Be sure to drink at least and add your 8 ounces of water. Be sure to do that. Okay. And you can't exfoliate your way to hydrated skin. So no matter how much you exfoliate, bring it back some. Okay. Overdoing exfoliation on dry skin can only make it worse. So we don't want to make our skin worse. We want to make it better. We want to not have many breakouts. We want to watch what we're intaking, and we want to watch the exfoliation because we can kind of get heavy handed. So I've heard, I don't know where I heard this from, but I heard a dentist say that sometimes we're aggressive when we brush our teeth. We can be aggressive. We can just over brush and over and just be, so we're not doing that to our skin. We're just using light strokes, and we're doing it maybe once a week. And then if you're seeing a skincare professional, maybe you do it twice a week, depending on what they suggest. Excuse me. Depending on what your skincare professional excuse me suggest. Okay, and then water supports. This is the third point under why water matters. Okay, water supports circulation, and circulation supports your glow. I don't have another word for glow right now, but I'm working on that. Okay, when you're well hydrated, your blood flows more efficiently. And we all don't want anything clogged because we have clogged veins, clogged heart, clogged arteries, clogged this and that. So you don't want your skin to be clogged. So when you're well hydrated, your blood flows more efficiently. That means better oxygen and nutrient delivery into your skin cells because that's what you want. And a visible difference in how you look, because you want to have that glow, and you don't want to just be having product after product. Work from within. Work on what you buy in your store. Work on what you put in your body when it comes to liquids. Okay, and then your facial doesn't end when you leave, my treatment room. Okay, I tell clients, like I said before, to drink the water after your facial and increase your intake at least by 8 ounces. I mean, if you don't drink any, just try to just get your 8 ounces in. Just drink 2 ounces every half hour. That's how you can get it in, and then you can increase it more and more after that. Okay, so don't stress yourself out. Just get your 8 ounces in. Hydration helps lock in the results that we just created. Okay, and then the fifth point under this is no moisturizer works if there's no water in it. So you have to have the water. You know how some recipes don't work if there's no water? You have to have the water. Moisturizer lock ins what's already there. If you're not drinking water or applying hydration, like a toner or a mist, okay, you're sealing in dryness. So be sure to, I'm going to say the water. The water is important. Of course, moisturize. Of course, do that, but you got to start with the basics, because I know that I see a lot of professionals online. They want you to buy their products and that's everything. That's okay. That's their thing. That's what they're doing. That's what they're promoting, is their products. But I want to talk about how we can do it and be better for our health as well. Because one thing that some people do, I'm not saying you, but some people, they just live by the doctor. They just went, oh, I have this or that, whatever. I just want to see what the doctor, what he says. Or they have their prescription on rotation, just keep going on and on. But what about if we start ourselves from within? What if we take the time to think about, okay, what would make me feel better? What are people in my life or that I see, what are they doing to live better, to have healthy skin, to live right? So they drink water, you know, pure water, or some people, have probably are getting used to water. So what about tea? You can start with tea. What with your herbal teas, and then not too much sweetener, not too much sugar, and not too much honey, but just add your sweeteners. But I'm just saying, I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist. I'm just saying this for skincare. I am a licensed esthetician. Okay. So I am coming up also with a class on how to stay looking younger. So I would like, if you're watching this in the replay, you can just put hearts below on Instagram or YouTube about if you're interested in that. So the last talking point is gray skin isn't about more products. Like I said, I feel great skin is about what you put in your body, what you put in your body, and it's the consistency. So I put on my post now and my shorts and my skin wins, my skin truths. I put out there what we have to do behind the scenes when you leave my office. So instead of like running, like I said, my clients ask me what to buy. I get it. I get that. So moisturize, of course, but then be sure to don't harm, no need to harm your skin with the over exfoliation. No need to do that. And no need to over exfoliate, and then think about all the products that you buy. Okay, I know if you have like other conditions that I'm not speaking about, you may need to see your esthetician regularly, your dermatologist. I'm speaking to the ones who want to just start from the basics and go from there. They've tried different things and they want to try something that let's just go back to the basics. So that's the people that I'm speaking to. Okay, so gray skin isn't all about more products. I want to say that. And it's about using the right ones consistently. That's what I want to say. And you can't buy your way to great skin. It's sometimes it's just the hype. You don't want to be focused on the hype. You want to be focused on what is going to, I think, more, like the more natural way. So we can save, more money. We can be more healthy. We can look great, have that plump skin, and just start from there. So if this helped, like I said, I'm starting another class. My class on staying young looking longer goes deeper into the daily habits, and will make a difference. So you can drop a heart if you want that. And I appreciate this. You watching this, if you're watching this in the replay, I appreciate you guys, and I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. So I will see you next time. I plan to go live regularly and to drop these different type of gems with you guys, so you can just have better skin, feel good on the inside and the outside. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Okay, I'm gonna close this one.